In this video, we're going to take you through the mastery challenge for the stealth Raven gold at St. Guthlac's Point. Subscribe to the Linus Wilson channel. We give you the secrets to crush Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So this is probably not going to be one of the tougher mastery challenges. I really like this one. You want to collect these purple mushrooms so you can do the sleep shots. But here we've got Eivor. The first thing that I like to go to this side, and there's these three guys, and there's two guys that are just going to stand there and not going to move, and there's a guy that paces, and this guy that paces is the first guy I recommend you kill. Right? We have to do 100% air assassinations to get the gold, and we can't be detected. And I like to start with this guy. Once he gets down to this bottom of the steps there where he stops, and then we assassinate him. He's not quite at the bottom of the steps, but he will stop there. And then we go up here, and the guys in the towers are really, really easy to air assassinate. And you wouldn't think you could air assassinate them, but you just need to get on these platforms. So they've created these raised platforms that you can air assassinate from that are just super, super easy. Then after this, it doesn't seem like we have an obvious place to go. We're going to jump down to this kind of mid tower where nobody is. And there's nothing really going on here. We're just so we don't get fall damage. And maybe we can pick up the arrows if we want. Or maybe we pass on them. There's a lot of arrows. And then we can jump back on to here. Now there's going to be, on our right is this guy that is... If we get to the very edge here, we can air assassinate him. So right there, we got the assassination. So we hit the top right button on your controller if you're using a controller. And this guy, you can assassinate him from here. I jumped a little closer, but you can air assassinate him from very far. There's nobody around there. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to get get the lift, and we're going to get both lifts because we're going to use the rope to get across. But you know, for all these challenges, you never want to do the chain assassination. It's going to give you that option, but that's not going to count as an air assassination. This one counts as an air assassination for the rope. Then we climb the ladder, and there's another tower dude that we can air assassinate the same way, and it actually takes us to the platform. We go to the edge of the platform and we do the air assassination. That counts, and you can see that we're going up. And then there's a guy down below, and we've got this nice little board here, and we didn't even have to get to the end of the board to air assassinate him. So this region, very low detection probability here, as long as we stay in this little area. So we're going to use the lift again. We could take the stairs, but we'll use the lift a little more stealthy. We will go back to those two guys that we left before. So we assassinated the guy on the stairs. That was our first assassination. But these two guys, there's these four guys in the middle. They're our toughest challenge. We want to avoid these guys for the moment. And these guys right here, if we put the sleep arrow in between them, they should both fall asleep. Alright, so I kind of just ducked in case they might detect me while they're falling asleep. And then we can air assassinate them from the rope. So, because we killed that first guy, he's not pacing and we don't have to worry about him, and then we can, while they sleep, we can do this. The other thing I think is really nice about this versus maybe the Mastery Challenges 1 is they give you a lot of time for these guys sleeping. So we're going to go back up, and you can see we got full bars now. We don't even have to worry, more or less, about getting the purple mushrooms at this point. That's the great thing about the assassinations. That's going to depend on your character, you know, whether you have 4 or 1 or 2 or 3. That's going to depend on your character and how fast you regenerate stuff. So here we want to assassinate the guy right below me, but I want to wait until these three guys get together, and then we do the smoke bomb. So you just have to, it's a little tricky, but you have to make sure that they're close enough together. Unfortunately, they're not close to anything we can air assassinate them from. So we've gotten rid of that one guy, but we still have not problems, and we just want to make sure we're not caught when they wake up. Now, if I was a little bit more fast, but I might be fast enough, this is what I want to do. I want to use the fact that they're sleeping to get across here and assassinate this dude up here. But you got to remember, there are those three guys on the side, and they might detect you, so be a little bit careful. But it's good while those guys are sleeping, you can get across to here. Otherwise, they will see you, and they're still asleep. You know, check out their timers, and we just want to get like out of their way, so when they wake up, they don't detect us. And those three guys are our biggest problem that are left. And we're just going to hide back here, wait for them to wake up, see how aggroed they are, and see if we can take out another one of them with the same trick. So if one of those guys starts pacing, then we could put them back, those two to sleep and get on the rope. But we want to see how, high detection probability. So it looks like this guy is pacing, so if we time it right, then we'll be able to... So that was too fast. He went up and back. I thought he was going to pace a little further, and now they're just all three there. So, okay, he's pacing. So this is what we want. We want to put those guys to sleep, those two guys together. Yeah, so he's taking up the post where you go back and forth. And he's almost where we want to be, and we're going to assassinate him as the smoke bomb comes down, and these guys are asleep. Sleepy. Okay, and then we're going to take care of the next three guys. Or actually, there's four. There's a fourth guy. All right, so this fourth guy on the end in the bushes, nobody's watching him. So I think you're pretty good for... You look around, see if they're looking around, but it looks good right here. Just assassinate him, and then we'll deal with the other guys. Okay, so go back up the steps before somebody notices and gets aggroed. And then what we want to do here is we want to put these two guys to sleep who are standing next to each other. But after this, there's a pacing guy. So we want to wait for the pacing guy to pace away and turn away while we shoot our arrow. There we go, we got it. And then we want to assassinate this guy as he notices them. There we go. And then we can climb up this pole, which these two sleeping guys are next to. We can assassinate them one at a time from the air. So there's one, and we climb up the pole some more. I've found sometimes you might get the fire on the pole may get you, so you could also take the ladder there, but I'm using the pole. And it's a little hard to get the assassinate button for the R1 button to show for that guy for some reason. So we've got the two guys in the middle that stand by the fire, and that's our problem so far. But these guys are kind of aggroed at this point, so they're often in a new position there, and that's actually a very good position to assassinate them. We could assassinate them from here if they were in their normal position, but they're not. They've moved out of the position because they're aggroed because of their two guys that they noticed were assassinated. And so if we just put them to sleep here, well, they're together. Make sure we get it just right in the middle. We don't want to hit each one. We want to hit it right between them, and they're both asleep. Okay, great. And then then there's this rope, right? And they're right next to the rope. So we just get kind of lucky there. And we'll just use the lift to go back up to the rope to get the second guy. And I think this is our last one. Our last air assassination, last guard. And this should be for the gold medal. right? We've remained anonymous. We air assassinated all the guys. Every single one needs to be assassinated by air, and we got the gold. I actually did this, the run before this, I was not detected, but I did one chain assassination because I was about to be detected, and that left me short of the gold. So there's no room for error in this one. Thankfully, with there's the air assassinations are relatively easy. I think they had some air assassination challenges in the mastery challenges that were a lot harder to set up, whereas these are relatively easy to set up. And you also have the sleep arrows, which allow you to put them to sleep if you can do it strategically. Just avoid hitting them directly. Aim the arrows at the ground, because sometimes if you hit them directly, they will not go. You'll hit their weak point, and they will not go to sleep. Subscribe to the Linus Wilson channel. We give you the secrets to crush Assassin's Creed Valhalla.